I did all I could to control myself.
Try me.
Yeah.
I'll knock you down like I knocked trees down all my life.
Get out of my way.
I'm telling you, I'll put you through the wall.
Get out of my...
I don't give a damn. You and your Constitution, you can stick it.
I did all I could to control myself.
Let me see. It is what it is. I'll fill in the blanks.
I could get arrested.
Yes. It's up to the court. You got physical with somebody that, for the most part, you really had no reason to be physical with.
I didn't want to go. I
Because he
wasn't
was filming.
upstairs.
I know, but for what? For what? He's filming. What is he doing? Why can't he go upstairs? It's a public building. It's City Hall, for Christ's sake.
The video reveals that Sergeant in question is accused of coaching the suspect and providing false information regarding the submission of an arrest warrant. The exact nature of the coaching is not explicitly stated in the provided text. However, it suggests that the sergeant may have been guiding or instructing the suspect on how to handle the situation or interact with law enforcement. Furthermore, the video implies that the sergeant may have lied about submitting an arrest warrant. The context surrounding this claim is unclear, as the specific details or reasons for the alleged arrest warrant are not provided. It remains uncertain whether the arrest warrant was necessary or if the sergeant's statement regarding its submission was accurate.
So why did you touch him?
He got right in my face. I didn't show. I was, like one of these things. I mean, he's letting you think I formed him or something. But he
Well, no,
kept
I saw the video.
Yeah.
You pushed him a couple times.
So I just, kind of, but he wanted to go upstairs, and I wasn't going to let him. We're supposed to, I was telling your sergeant, I said, that Les and Dean, they were supposed to give me forms. They want a form.
Someone needs to fill in for you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll see you later because I gotta go to town.
Okay.
What time do they close tonight? You know?
So we're open till 6:30 tonight. I'm gonna be closed now.
So he kept getting in my face, and I didn't like it, to be honest with you. And I did all I could to control myself. I said, until we get these
Why
forms.
did you even try and stop him from
Because I was told last night, I spoke to Dean and I talked to Les. They're supposed to have forms. As we speak right now, I think they're supposed to he has to fill out a form before he starts rolling the tape.
The police officer addressed the security guard, acknowledging their role in maintaining order within the building. They discussed the incident involving an individual who was filming and walking around in a public place. The officer emphasized that the situation did not warrant the use of physical force to restrain the person. Recognizing the issue at hand, the officer mentioned needing to review 20 minutes of video footage. They advised the security guard to contact the police immediately in similar situations without engaging in conversation with the individual.
You need to articulate why you used physical force in this. No matter how minor, whether it's just, a push or a light, I'm not going to do it to you because then I'm not going to use physical force by you.
But he gets in my, I didn't go up there. He kept getting in my
say
face.
that.
He was agitated.
Yeah, say that. And now be mindful that there is a video of the entire thing.
Yeah. We say it was 2 weeks ago when he was here, or 3 weeks? I don't know. Oh, shit.
It's not
I do this
important.
alone. I'm trying to
It's not important. Yeah, I can stand out here. Just make sure no one else comes in.
The police officer stressed that using physical force, regardless of its severity, should only be employed when absolutely necessary. They clarified that in the situation discussed, the person's actions of filming and walking around in a public place did not reach a level of disruption that would warrant any form of physical restraint. The officer emphasized the importance of exercising caution and avoiding the use of force unless it becomes absolutely unavoidable. Furthermore, they reminded the security guard about the existence of video evidence capturing the entire incident, highlighting the need for careful consideration and adherence to proper procedures.
Held my ground. I held my ground in the interest of
Safety and City Hall.
All right, continue on the back. This is not finished yet. First of all, so you need to elaborate. After the last incident, right?
Yeah.
This is why I should have stayed in here and done it with you. After the last incident,
Yeah.
you were instructed by who? Names. Who told you
Yeah.
that no one is allowed to film in here unless they fill out this card that was never provided
was
to
just
you?
told to
Do you
me
see what I'm
last
saying?
night.
There's a big difference between you saying you're not allowed in here filming, leave, and then you getting in his way listen to me.
The individuals shared their experience describing how they stood their ground amidst the tense situation. They emphasized feeling secure within the confines of the studio, ensuring their personal safety. The conversation continued and they requested further elaboration. They referred to a previous incident, mentioning that they had received instructions from someone, whose name they wanted to know, regarding the prohibition of filming in the area unless a specific card was filled out.
Can I see?
It's all over the place. I gotta get it to now how he refuses to take cards. And, you know. It's like we're coming down a one-way street.
639, 607.
Also, Mr. Reyes walked right around me and did not fill out the proper entry, proper forms when he came in.
The cops then tell the security guard to fill out the form properly.
All visitors must sign in.
Okay, I know.
All visitors must sign in. It's everywhere. So we're gonna have stickers soon. Anybody recording must fill out a form.
I know. Well, I'm glad they did that so quickly since the last incident. Hopefully, these guys go to bat for you too, in that they told you that you're supposed to stop anybody.
You know, hey, Saras, I'm sorry right now.
And not for nothing.
Yeah.
Sergeant Acabel also clearly stated that Phil's actions constituted an assault or, at the very least, disorderly conduct. So why did Sergeant Jacobellis never write a warrant for Phil's arrest? Was it because they had a relationship prior to this incident? It seemed pretty obvious to the observer that Sergeant Acabel was helping Phil write a statement and that the situation became even more perplexing. Not only did Sergeant Jacobellis refrain from writing a warrant for Phil's arrest, but he ultimately wrote a warrant for the observer's arrest, who is currently on trial. Thus, the real question arises: who influenced Sergeant Jacobellis? Was it the president of the police union, Michael Farrell, who coincidentally arrested the observer later that same day? Or perhaps it was someone at the state attorney's office, or even someone with significant influence in City Hall? It leaves one pondering if Sergeant Jacobellis is merely a two-faced tyrant. Unfortunately, the answers to these questions may remain forever elusive. However, what is known is that an innocent man who peacefully exercised his rights was threatened, assaulted, denied justice, and ultimately arrested. Here's our next investigation.
You can't record inside the building.
I have a law right here.
First, you're gonna have to step out for me.
Please don't touch me.
Step out.
Don't touch me.
So step out the facility.
Touch me.
All right, so step out the facility.
Hey, get off of me.
All right, now we can talk.
I'm getting my property.
In a concerning incident, an NYPD officer has been captured on camera attempting to delete a journalist's footage. The journalist had requested to speak with a supervisor but was disregarded. The officer accused the journalist of trespassing and initiated an arrest. However, the journalist argued that he had the right to record under New York State and city law. Despite the officer confiscating the journalist's phone, the journalist criticized the NYPD for violating constitutional rights and pledged to take legal action against the unlawful policies. The incident highlights the ongoing debate surrounding the freedom of the press and the accountability of law enforcement.
You can't record inside the building. I'm gonna ask you to step out. First, you're gonna have to step out.
I have a law right here.
First, you're gonna have to step out for me.
Please don't touch me.
All right, then step out.
Don't touch me.
All right, so step out the
Don't
facility.
touch me.
All right, so step out the facility. Sir, right now you're trespassing.
Don't touch me.
Right now you're trespassing.
Hey, get off of me. Get off of me.
All right, now we can talk. Now we can talk outside.
Read the law that says I have the right to do it.
We can talk outside. Now
You're a law enforcement officer. Read the law.
You wanted to talk.
I'm going inside where I have the right to record. I do. I have the right to record.
All right, you're trespassing. I'm not. I asked you to leave, and you're refusing to leave.
I'm not trespassing.
Now you're not. Now you're not because you're outside. So
no, I'm not trespassing in a building that I pay for either.
So let's talk.
The journalist seeks to speak to a supervisor, but his request is dismissed. Despite asserting his right to record based on New York State and city law, the officer accuses him of trespassing and attempts to arrest him. The journalist's effort to engage with a higher authority goes unanswered, raising concerns about transparency and accountability within the police force. The incident highlights the ongoing struggle to protect citizens' constitutional rights to record law enforcement activities and calls for further examination of policies that may impede such rights.
You guys are
have a good day, man. Coming through those doors. If he grabs them, he's trespassing. He's right inside. You got cuffs? You got cuffs? Put your hands behind your back.
Look at the law.
Stop resisting. All right, so put your hands behind your back. All right, so put your hands behind your back.
I'm not resisting.
All right, good.
I'm not resisting.
All right.
There you go. Read this law, by the way. What am I arrested for?
Trespassing. I told you not to step into the police facility.
Don't take it. I'm not resisting.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll delete. I'll shut it off. He's allowed to record. My camera's still on, by the way.
Look, and the other one is coming.
It's fine. I'll talk to him too.
I'm not resisting.
I'm not telling you you're resisting. I'm checking your pockets in case you have
I'm
any.
just making sure that you know I'm not resisting. That's all. I'm not resisting at all.
You were looking for this.
I was looking for what?
This interaction.
I was looking for you to take away my freedom? Why would I want you to take away my freedom for?
Can't come in. Don't come in.
Why would I want you to take away my freedom for?
You mind just getting out of here?
Yeah, I got you.
Read the law. You don't like cameras, man? You don't like,
right?
you don't like transparency.
This property.
$19 and $1,000 for me. So please don't take my money.
Anything else?
You want to read that law? There's a law that says I'm being serious with you. But what I'm saying is, you arrested me on what? Okay. I'm arrested. I'm placed under arrest for what? For what? For what crime? No. For what crime? For trespassing. How does trespassing, officer? How does it supersede?
The officer accused the journalist of trespassing and tried to arrest him. However, the journalist vehemently argued that he had the right to record the encounter, citing New York state and city law. The officer went against the journalist's claims and even confiscated his phone in an attempt to delete the footage. This confrontation highlights the ongoing debate regarding the rights of individuals to record police interactions. It raises concerns about the infringement of constitutional rights and the need for transparency and accountability within law enforcement.
I got.
This is ridiculous. This is 100% ridiculous.
75 days.
I have a right to be in this building, just like anyone else has a right to be in this building.
There's also rules, you know. What you
the law?
Listen to me, Sergeant. Listen to me. Wait, let me talk. Listen.
I can't hear it.
Would you go to a library and call the ruckus?
I'm not causing ruckus.
Wait.
Peacefully recording. That's not
We're
causing a
telling you
ruckus.
to remove yourself from here.
For what reason? For what lawful reason?
Answer that question. Would you do that?
What lawful
reason? Would you go to a library and do that?
Sir, I came here with, you guys are law enforcement officers. I came here with a law.
All right.
I came here with a law.
All right.
To show you, and you don't want to see the law. None of you.
Right, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different law enforcement. I have a right to record by New York State and New York City law. New York State and New York City law gives me the right to record.
Yeah, but when they tell you and give you a law,
no, it doesn't. Read the law. It's laminated right there for you.
All right, fine.
The journalists involved in the incident received body camera footage as part of their criminal case. While reviewing the footage, they discovered an unidentified female officer saying, "Delete that blank."
That's information to not only understand your actual name, but address to the police officer.
You have everything you need on my license right there.
I'm asking you, what's your name?
It's on my license. We're on ball. Right. That's my name. Oh, right there on the driver's license. There's absolutely no reason for any of this. Zero. Zero reason for this.
What's your phone number?
You don't need my phone number. It's a spot on your paper. You don't need it. You need my name, date of birth, address.
So you're refusing to give a phone number?
You have my.
I don't have your phone number. That's what I'm asking. Are you refusing?
You don't need it. Is it a crime for me not to give you my number?
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, are you refusing?
Yes, I'm refusing to give you my phone number. You don't need it.
All right, that's not what I asked.
The journalist expresses that this statement doesn't come as a shock, as it reflects the mentality of some officers who oppose public recording in police precincts. They assert that the NYPD has been violating constitutional rights and state and city laws for years.
Read New York City law. You know that, right?
You know how much you have?
It's $1,000 in cash.
Count in front of you again, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000.
$1,000 in cash. Correct.
All right, button.
So
look at the law, Sergeant. Sergeant, look at the law.
Sir, you heard an injured?
How are you look at your law, sir? I don't know. I don't know if I'm injured.
Do you need medical attention?
No, I don't need. He said no already. Sergeant, look at the law. I'm trying to tell you that there is a law.
Right, I don't need a
what am I being? I'm arrested for. Being arrested for trespassing.
11:20.
I want you to look at the law because it's very important. You are a law enforcement officer, Sergeant. You should really look at the law.
Determined to bring about change, the journalist pledges to use their power to abolish the unconstitutional and unlawful policy. They express gratitude for the support received and anticipate forthcoming federal and state lawsuits.
Law enforcement officers are seen as saviors of citizens. Their prime duty is to save people from being victims of crimes. But what if there are officers who are worse than the criminals they caught? These people should go beyond what you can imagine and commit the unthinkable. Who are these psycho cops? How are they caught? On number 2, we have Christopher Dorner. Christopher Dorner was a well-known police officer in the Los Angeles Police Department. He wanted to be a police officer throughout his childhood, and his dream came true when he joined the police force. He graduated from Southern Utah University with a good score. He had served in the military and had a clean record of his name. But things went downhill after a few years when he joined the police force. How far would you go for revenge? Christopher started receiving bad remarks as he accidentally shot fire and physically harmed a recruit. He also was not on good terms with the authorities. He also made allegations against a field training officer for physically hating a mentally unstable suspect. When the authorities ordered an investigation, everyone turned against Christopher. There were no victims or witnesses. Everyone spoke against the allegation, and this deeply affected Christopher. The investigation report came in, and Christopher was portrayed as a liar who was unfit for serving in the police force. He was fired, and it was more than what he could take. As years passed by, everyone forgot about the incident. Police officers moved on with their lives. But then, there was Christopher Dorner, fired from his dream job and lost his credibility. He was stamped as the big liar. The incident replayed in his mind over and over again. He challenged the decision of the LAPD in 2010, but nothing came in his favor. When we look into his personal life, we can see that his ex-girlfriend Ariana Williams spoke ill of him, and even went to the extent of warning others about his behavior. This disrupted Christopher's day-to-day activities, and he was not able to lead a reputed life. People started avoiding him and mocking him behind his back. His loved ones isolated him, and he was not included in any of the family gatherings. He started suffering from depression, and he lost his sense of mental well-being. He wanted to have a clean name, and he accused LAPD of their hidden agendas against him. What happened on 3rd February 2013, the entire department was shocked to know that Christopher shot police officers and a girl in Orange County. His first victims were Monica Kwan and Keith Lawrence. He killed them because it was Monica's father who was on the disciplinary committee and heard his statements about Christopher. He brutally shot them by saying that he would kill Monica and her partner Keith as they shouldn't get an opportunity to build a family, as that same opportunity was taken away from him by her father. Authorities became alert of the incident, and they started protecting the families of former policemen who were on bad terms with Christopher Dorner. He had prepared a manifesto where he pledged violence and vengeance against those who destroyed him and his possible life. He started shouting at more police officers, and the authorities offered more than $1 million for whoever found Christopher. Towards the east of Los Angeles, there was a small town named Big Bear Lake. Christopher was found hiding there. When the police came in, they found the owners of the condo tied up. When asked about Christopher, they came to know that he fled in their van. The police tracked him down, but he shot a sheriff and ran away. He found another hiding place, and the police threw a tear gas bomb at him. This act of theirs resulted in huge chaos as the place got fire and Christopher was inside. After a few minutes, they heard a gunshot. Well, Christopher ended him and his body burned in the fire. The medical team arrived immediately and identified his body. Christopher didn't bring harm to anyone who was not related to the police force. He did exactly as he started in the manifesto. He killed police officers and their loved ones for ruining his life. He thought that they were the ones who should suffer, as they were the real liars. They destroyed his life and his family relations. Then, they went on with their life as if nothing happened. The story of Christopher is haunting, as this psycho cop had a great backstory to his name. Many came in support of Christopher as they thought that what he did was right. Facebook groups were formed, and a large number of people came in defending Christopher and his crime. They could relate to the atrocities of police officers and the justice delay due to the messed up police department system. A lot of them faced injustice, and knowing how Christopher took matters into his hands, they adored him for his braveness. The Los Angeles Police Department was shocked to know about the immense support Christopher received. They never expected such a criminal cop to get this amount of praise and support. The police officers became villains in the eyes of the majority. Psychologists said that Christopher Dorner is a product of the police department. They created a monster unknowingly. Many instances led him to lose his mind and commit all these crimes. The fact that he is a murderer never changes. It's just we have a better understanding of why he committed all these crimes. On number 1, we have Justin Volpe. Abner Luima, a Haitian immigrant, was detained by Justin Volpe and other police officers following a dispute that took place in that Brooklyn pub. Abner allegedly assaulted Justin and transported him to the police station, according to Justin. Then, using a wooden rod, he began beating Abner and sodomizing him. He used the same stick to forcefully insert it into Abner's mouth. Abner was transported to a nearby hospital, where he was informed that the police had found him acting homosexually. The medical staff did not take them. Justin's attack on Abner was already the subject of a rumor. This shocking attack triggered many people to start protesting against the unfair treatment of people by police officers. Their protest caught the media's attention, and the whole world came to know about this brutal attack. The NYPD was deeply affected as their integrity and honesty were being questioned. They had no option but to listen to what the public had to say and not protect Justin Volpe. The heinous torture he inflicted upon Abner cannot be forgotten. Meanwhile, Abner was recovering from his injuries. He lost his tooth and his private parts were deeply injured. When the case came to court, Eugene H. Nickerson ruled against Justin Volpe. He was given a 30-year prison term and ordered to make reparations of $277,000. Justin admitted that he attacked and sodomized Abner. He also said that he betrayed himself, the citizens, and his police department with his actions. He sought their forgiveness. His family was in disbelief as they couldn't believe that Volpe could do something brutal and heartless. His family was isolated as none of them wanted to have ties with such a psycho police officer's family. They were prepared to face the consequences of Volpe's action. Justin Volpe was not just a criminal, but he was a mastermind for pursuing his peers and physically attacking an innocent man. He made a web of lies to make sure that he will never be caught. His plans collapsed as he never expected Abner to receive public support. The news of his attack went viral, and this incident alone put light on many such forgotten crimes which happened in the last decade. Justin Volpe was put in jail, and he should serve his sentence there as he would never know when he will be attacked in the future. Many people strongly hate him and they might bring harm to him. The police officers have removed themselves from the friendship of Justin Volpe as they don't want to be associated with the crimes of Volpe. Abner has recovered, and he still hasn't moved on with the traumatic incident. He was shocked to see a police officer behaving inhumanly toward him. He couldn't defend himself as he was brutally beaten up and abused. He lost consciousness during the attack. He had to spend months in the hospital to recover from the severe injuries caused to his body. He received support and love from all around the world, and he even thanked everyone for their kindness. Justin Volpe wanted to remove himself from jail, and he tried to get out by pleading before the court. Judge Frederick Block recently denied Justin's plea for release, which he had made using the COVID defense. Justin is scheduled for release in 2025. Do you think Justin Volpe would hunt down Abner again, or would he be a changed man? Let us know in the comments.